Um, to open it up, I only got one thing to say to start. Free Maul. This performance today was just, just an indication of the type of character we have in that locker room. Also, it was our worst game of the season. I'm gonna cut it to y'all straight. Worst game of the season. Did we deserve to win? Probably not really. Credit Nick and Washington though. They really controlled the game from um and up front in the trenches perspective, especially when they were on defense. We had the football. We can't get dominated like that. We absolutely cannot get dominated like that, or else we will get embarrassed when it comes to playing the contending teams in the NFC, the Tampa Bays, the Green Bays, the San Frans, the Phillies. I mean, it was an unacceptable performance on one end, but at the same time, look how those guys came together when their captain was out. Look how that band of brothers came together when 33 was out. This one's from all. We get it done. We move on. I'll open it up because ain't too much to say about it, really. We just never got going, and a lot of that is on me. A lot of that's on me. Not to say it's a mix of Nick playing really well on defenses, his some of his main guys performing really well, especially on the inside of that defensive front. But I think part of it was also I can't just play cold. You know, no walkthrough. Hurt a lot. It showed, and brain fog showed too. 'Cause I was an idiot in that first half. As a matter of fact, pardon my language, but I'll take this up further. I was a dumbass that first half. All right, we don't give up. I can't tell you the last time I ever gave up a safety. If I ever have, I don't even remember. But the fact that we almost gave up two is just stupid on my part. It's absolutely stupid. The interception before the half, stupid on my part, absolutely stupid. But when adversity hits, I'm the guy to answer the bell, and it's just a matter of I had to put the first half behind us. We get in the locker room. I told the guys exactly what I thought, and you know, at the end of the day, what we're going to do? Are we going to respond, or are we going to fold? Are we going to disappoint all these fans that we got here screaming, yelling, and paying their hard-earned money, or are we going to disappoint them? So it just became like a matter of, for all intents and purposes, manhood, because we got our lunch taken that first half. Second half, you got to find a way. I don't care how ugly it gets. We can play ugly. We're not one of them teams that need to play pretty to win all the time. So more adversity comes, and we answered it and knocked it down once again. Um, no, I Max didn't really do bad out there. I led him astray again, the stupid interception. Like you can't have that. That's just dumb on my part. I don't even know what the other two timeouts, but I think we got play callers in late the entire game, which also cannot happen. It's really our worst game of the season, and that's just the facts about it. Like I don't I don't really have too much to say about that. But Max played fine. We just got to put him in better positions, or I have to give him better play calls, better opportunities to to operate. But again, I mean, you got to credit the Commanders. Like you got those guys up front, and they're getting pressure the way they did. He could have folded. He really could have folded, but he persevered. He stayed in, and ultimately, we did enough. Minus the one pick, I think it was fine. Mhm. The only word I can describe, or I can use to describe those guys' efforts, is proud. Look at the when you have a first half that's um that's that bad, truly a bad first half. Look at the guys who step up. These are the guys that have been here, that made plays for a while, mixed in with a rookie who is learning the culture, right? Is going to be next in line as one of those guys, those foxhole guys, as I like to say, who makes plays. But yeah, man, Lockett. I mean, what more can you say about him? Like, how many times over the years have you seen him make a game changing play, a play that just puts the momentum right back on our side and ultimately leads us to a victory. The punt return was huge. I when I saw it, I didn't think much of it at first. Now, okay, get past the one guy and to the to get in the open. When I saw the open, you know, you know, but no, like when I saw the open, just to be honest with you, I like my chances versus anybody on earth, right? And if it's just a punter, I saw 24 coming up, to try to get me from the angle, but come on, only person, we take a chance at anybody. And I know at that point it was just like, God help their special teams unit because we're going in for six and we need this touchdown. So that just necessitated that touchdown even more. I had to have it. And after a certain point, I knew I had it. Yeah, man. 56, man, is a true captain, a true leader. Just led the charge today. You saw with the late pick, but even before that, I mean, he's really just out there making those tackles. Um, second level. When it gets to the second level, he, I'm I trust him like I've trusted a few other linebackers I've ever had. To make the short tackle, and he can even converge down to the first level and make a game breaking play as you saw versus Cleveland last week on that fourth down. But again, it's just the leaders, man. The leaders step up, and you got Jordan, you got Devin. I mean, 21. Come on, man. Devon he's going to be a great player. He's going to be a great player. The two interceptions, the one to give us that kind of like that final nail in the coffin, if you will, even though the opposition did fight back and had a chance to score again, but he ended that drive too. So those are the things you can't teach, the intangibles. Like anybody can front run, anybody can um, get a win when things are clicking, but when they're not, what do you have to fall back on? And, you know, I personally feel as though we got the most heart as a team, as a unit in this league. And I think it showed today with the way we scored on in all three phases of the game, a collective effort, an ugly effort. An ugly effort. We will have to be better next week in the coming weeks because this is unacceptable in some regards. But a collective effort to fight through the adversity, to just man up and get a W and protect our house as we like to do. Second half shutout, man. Those guys, it's a lot of guys to get credit to, but the guys today, the game balls today, Lockett, Brooks, Witherspoon. Um, those are those they exemplified what the Seattle Seahawks are all about today. Yeah, I mean, I think there's lessons. We obviously there's lessons we can take from it, and we will. But I think the biggest lesson is that we know is when the chips are down, we can get them back into our corner. We can get them back, and we've done it a couple of times this season. We've been fortunate enough to, but again, all at the same time, we don't want to have to be in a position where we're only really getting geared up in what late third quarter, you know. But if you have 177 yards total offense and you win a football game, you did something right. And the defense, I mean, shut out in the second half, like no more. That was just the message at halftime. No more. No more stupid play on my part. No more mistakes. No more bad clock management. No more playing without the proper walkthrough, no more. And to peel the curtain back, the halftime speech was short. That's all I said. No more. Who's going to be the one to drive that message through? You saw the answers. But aside from that, it's we're right where we want to be. I see we have a chance here to claim home field advantage in the tournament. But again, it's always one day at a time, one play at a time, one game at a time. And we're going to take that philosophy. We're going to see how these last few games play out, because there's a couple that are pertinent to our fortune, perhaps in the NFC. But yeah, I did catch that Pittsburgh defeated Green Bay, so we're one game closer to claiming the home field advantage, but we still got work to do. I mean, the true test of our schedule hasn't come yet, and we can't look too far ahead because it's week 10 going into week 11. We can't look at week 12. We know what's coming week 12, 13, 14, and 15. That's our toughest stretch. But right now, we're going to go out to LA, we're going to prepare to defeat the Los Angeles Rams, and we're going to do it in a much better fashion than we did today. All right.